Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Chicago back with another video, and today we got something special. We got something different for today's video. We're not going to be playing Rocket League, but we're going to be talking about Rocket League, basically. So if you guys can tell in front of me, I got RLCSX Pro tier list. So we're going to be grading a lot of the pros. Now, this is a very sensitive subject. So this could go really bad. It could go anywhere. But again, this is just my opinion. But if you guys are enjoying this kind of new content, just trying to mix it up, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I know a lot of you that watch this aren't subscribed already, which makes me sad. But if you guys want to do it, it's free. It helps your boy out a lot. But anyways, so what this is, in case you guys don't know, obviously there's tiers, and a lot of these pros, not all of them, I will be putting in these tiers and giving a quick little my opinion on why I think they deserve which tier or whatever they're in. But if we start at the top, the best of the best, the goats of the game, the ones that are, you guys probably love, that are just absolutely solid, usually in the question for best player in the world along that line. Next is game changers. So this could be like game or series changers where there's super elite players, but sometimes if they have their day, they can be like the best in the world on that day, or they're just all around like super elite on a top team. You know the drill. Next, we got elite, which is just usually like, if you're on a top team, you're going to be elite. You have to be elite to be there. Or maybe there's players on some of those lower teams that are on the come up that'll just be kind of like maybe in that zone. And then solid is like you're a really good pro, honestly. There's nothing much to say. Maybe you're on your come up to those upper levels, in my opinion. But overall, you're just really solid. Below that is C. I couldn't really think of anything. But yeah, basically that's below solid. And then below that, you guys will probably see, but there's a lot of pro players on this list that you guys probably don't want to see me grade and just be too long. So they're probably not even going to put in that, but there's maybe some like OCE players, retired players, stuff like that I just think the video would be too long for me to actually put all of them in, so that's where they would go. But anyways, if I'm just probably going to speed run a lot of these, maybe with the bigger players, you'll see. But right off the bat, we got Tristan. Tristan, if you guys don't know, on United, kind of got picked up this season. I guess you'd call his rookie season. I don't really like calling it that. But right now, I would honestly probably put Tristan in C because his potential is really, really high. But like United's been struggling a lot as of late, and for me to like put him in solid, I need to see him like start doing like top 10 finishes, maybe like just start performing a lot better. But his potential is very high, and people have seen it before. Now Lucian again, he's elite because he's on a top 6 team. He's on FaZe. Again, this is also outdated, so you guys might notice that. Maybe there's some players that blah, blah. It's going to be a little bit outdated. Lucian, his top 6 team, just off that, you're most likely going to be elite. But he does his role, I would say, very well. And he does, he plays that role where he's not going to get a lot of credit, where a lot of the credit could go towards Gyro and AJ. But everyone that actually watches knows, like, what he does and that he's very valuable, right? Now, Alpha 54. Alpha 54, I'm going to put in Game Changer. A lot of people might think he's best of the best. Alpha 54's potential is insane. But again, Vitality does not impress me, really. I know how good Alpha 54 can be, and with their results, if they were doing a lot better, he would probably be the best of the best because he's the best on that team, right? In my opinion. But basically, I need to see more out of Alpha and Vitality as a whole for me to put him in that best of the best. But his Game Changer is basically, with his mechanics and he's just overall skill, he can take over a series, right? So moving on. We got Alpha Kepp. Alpha Kepp fills the solid slot. Xset definitely on the come up right now. So before, I'd probably like earlier in the season put him C just because he's new. But now they're starting to perform all of them. And then just, he's got to keep improving. Got to get some better results, slowly improving. That's usually what happens after your first seasons. But he's going to come in. He's just going to do his thing. He's going to be solid. You know what to expect. Apparently, Jack. Okay, let me preface that I'd say I don't watch a lot of EU players, but this might go a little bit wrong, and I probably need to watch a little bit EU, but this is just my opinion off of seeing maybe just a little bit, but I'm not like fully in depth, so again, just as my opinion. But I'm going to put apparently Jack in solid, because I know he has a lot of potential, 1v1 player, really good, right? I've seen him hit some cool shots, but Dignitas has a really good roster that could do well, in my opinion. So I really need to see him and Jordas honestly start stepping up and putting up these top results, maybe getting a top 4, maybe a top 2 in Europe, because it definitely seems doable for them. But until then, I I need to see more out of him to put him even in elite, because they didn't even make the major. Now they're out of the top 6 in EU. So for that reason, I put him in solid. Now Archie, definitely right now, he's not doing too hot. His team's not doing too hot. But Archie is the reason why Top Looks is where they are in terms of like top 6, or I don't even know if they're top 3 or something. But anyways, Archie, super young guy, super mechanical. What EU needs basically. Flip the region on its head. Really good. Can again change the series by himself. But he's got a bright future basically. He could definitely, maybe with more grinding, better results, new team, who knows, in the future, whatever. You'll probably see him in the best of the best and at some point in his career. Arsenal, game changer for sure. So Arsenal's peak is insanely high. Like his fall peak, he was like probably like top 2, top 3 player NA, and he would be best in the best now. But now he's slowly like cooled off. Now SSG's picking it back up and he's playing well again. But he's definitely one of those game changers he's gonna always be like in your face, annoying, doing what he needs to do. But to be that like best of the best, he needs to start hitting that peak either again or like starting to get there a little bit more consistently. Atomic, I'm going to put best of the best, because the reason why I'm saying this is because him and Mist are usually equal in terms of skill whenever they're winning. One of them is usually popping off and being the best. So that's why if I give it to Atomic, I'll probably also give it to Mist, just because Envy is almost the best team in NA. Them or Energy is what a lot of people would argue. Maybe SSG on their day. But the reason for that is because of Atomic and Mist and Turbo. But Atomic's just individual skill is kind of like he doesn't play like anyone else. It's really good, and that's why I'd put him best of the best. Because if you're on like a top 2 team, especially in the competitive region like NA, and doing the things he does, yeah, then he deserves to be there. Okay, Atomic on Team Queso, EU team, a lot of hype around them, a lot of chaos. But anyway, Atomic is elite. I've not really watched a lot of them again, so this is just my opinion. But I think this team's doing really solid. They got a lot of potential. But for him to start, it's his first season, like the first we're seeing of him. So he needs to start stepping up. Maybe if Queso gets more and more results, he's gonna keep bumping up in the categories. Ajax, I'd probably, again, I'm putting Ajax with his teammate just because they're both really solid. They both have really high peaks. They're usually consistent, but they need results. Like that's about it. Like I can't put people in a really high category just for individual skill right now, because results matter to me. So for sure, AJ, game changer. Everyone knows they spelled his name wrong, but anyways, everyone knows AJ's ability, what he can do with the ball, his mechanical ability, especially his pop-off ability. But to be the best of the best, I think kind of like us, they're stuck where they can't really win anything, where they need to perform and they need to show up. So maybe once he starts getting some dubs, he can slide up that category right now. But for now, he's just definitely a game changer. Astral, probably best of the best. I actually played against him earlier in a little 3v3 show match, and his mechanics are crazy. So I definitely I think he farms. But this is like kind of an exception where his results are not that good, and I honestly expect better out of his team. But his just individual skill is kind of crazy, and it definitely, like, if he transferred teams, he would always make that team better usually. Beast mode. This is actually a really tough one. I would probably put Beast mode game changer, because Beast mode is actually insanely good. I don't think he usually, whenever KCP does really well, he's getting a lot of hype, but this kid is so young still, and he's got so much longer to show out, that I think the fact that he's already here is kind of crazy. And I would put him at elite, but I just think about every time people play him, he's usually just the best on that team, which usually changes. It can change sometimes, but Beast mode, just his ability and his peak is so high, and he's already got so much experience for being how young. He's gonna be in this category at least for a while. Now I'm not gonna grade myself. Now Calm. I'm going to put Calm in C, just because I think Calm has a lot of potential, like I'm saying. But again, I watched a lot of V1 games because I just like the team. I'm friends with the Gimmick and Torment. But Calm's like peak, he does some crazy solo plays, but he really needs to get smarter, honestly. His decision making can sometimes be rough and like cost them games, especially when they're in high pressure situations. So like in terms of an individual skill, he's definitely higher than this, but He needs a lot more. He just needs to be a little bit smarter and get more experience for him to move up the list. Devo, Guild. Devo's been playing really well. I mean, everyone knows about Devo, so I'm just going to slot him to solid. Dementia, Team Queso, again, a lot of hype. I really like the dude. I like the way he plays. Dominus main, you love that. But anyways, yeah, solid player. Team's doing well. So yeah, he's just going to be elite. Extra, I'm going to say he's a game changer. Now, this might be annoying because you should say he's best of the best, right? They're absolutely dominating you. No one can touch them. And Extra's really good too. Like, I don't think Extra's bad at all. But when I have the best of the best category, I don't want it to be a lot of players. I want it to be, again, the best of the best. So only the players that really, really, really deserve to be there, in my opinion. But Extra is super solid, can game change. Literally, most dominant team in EU history, probably, in terms of online. But yeah, Extra, BDS, captain, I think, of BDS, whatever. Dominating team. Man's God. Fairy Peak. I'm going to put him in elite just because Vitality, again, is like top 2 or whatever. But Vitality does not impress me. Fairy Peak was in that best of the best category, but he's slowly falling up. Sorry if you can hear my phone. He's slowly falling off, right? I think we need to see him pick it back up. I need to see Vitality to do really well to start signing up those categories. First killer. This man's best of the best. This dude is incredibly good. It's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of annoying, honestly, to play against. And like when he's playing well and like at his peak, or at least his high consistency, he's just gonna take his team far. And just on solo, like not solo alone, but just like his individual prowess in the game, and it's just what he can do with the ball is just, he deserves to be there alone. And his team's also doing well. He's been getting results, so because of that, yeah, he deserves that. Garrett. I'm going to put Garrett best of the best just because Garrett, everyone knows his career. I'm not even going to go back. But he's on technically the best team in NA, I believe. And the thing that really always impresses me about Garrett is the fact that, he literally always adapts. Like, every season, every meta comes out, and he adapts to that meta and becomes really, really good at it. And that's why he's best of the best. Like, he could, with every meta he's gone through, he's always gotten it and then gotten really, really good at where he's at the top all the time. So that's why he's in best of the best. Like, he's always adapting, he's always a team player, he's always winning. There's just too many categories to not put him up there. Gimmick. I'm probably gonna put Gimmick. God, that's tough. This is tough because I think Gimmick is super, super good still. I really want to put Gimmick in elite. I really need another category, to be honest. But I'm going to put Gimmick in elite. The kid's still really, really good. V1 has been getting better results. They look like they're on the up. And Gimmick and Torment definitely switch off for best player on that team, in my opinion. Obviously, depending on series. But Gimmick is, he could be either two, but I just think Gimmick's still super solid, can still compete at the top easily. And he's always going to be so good. Gyro, I'm going to put elite as well. Gyro, honestly, really, really good individually. His mentality holds him back from being here or here. But top 6 team, really good individually. FaZe is solid, but his mentality holds him back. Hoxer. Hoxer is going to go in solid. Again, XZ on the come up. Hoxer's potential is super high, and it's always been this. It's been a kind of common thing where everyone's like, dude, Hoxer could be so good. So I think he's slowly starting to get back to that. But anyways, yeah, Hoxer's really solid, doing his thing. XZ's definitely on the come up. Next up is Hitachi. I think Hitachi's one of the best players in EU, in my opinion. I think he's definitely... I'm going to move him down to elite, though. He's definitely a game changer, but his team's performance recently, that's unexcusable for him to be in a game changer. So that's why he's going to be an elite in my eyes. But yeah, Hitachi, a lot of potential, just needs to be more consistent. That's about it. JNaps, obviously I'm going to put JNaps in best of the best, but in terms of the list, I'm just going to put him in game changers just because we haven't won anything in best of the best. You got to be winning, right? So when it comes to regionals, we haven't really won there. And because of that, I just can't put him best of the best, even though obviously I would. But his J-Naps, everyone knows. Like, literally, man, shoots the ball top left every corner. He puts in, like, if he decides to put in a couple, like, 80 hours just randomly, he'll be the best in the world, and everyone knows that. It's no question. And everyone's afraid of the man. But, yeah, no need to really go on that. Everyone knows how good he is. Jorius. Jorius has so much hype, and I've heard so much stuff from people, like, saying, like, this dude, like, how good he can be. But whenever I watch a couple of Dig series, like, and it's not there for me. Like, I see a couple good goals, but their results haven't been that great, and I haven't seen him, like, again, I could be wrong. I don't watch 100% of EU matches, but I just don't see him absolutely take over. So that's why I put him in solid. J-Pal, I'm going to honestly put J-Pal in elite, just because I think he's XSET's best player, and he's on the rise. I think J-Pal has finally, like, started to find his play style. And when I play him, I can tell how much he's improving, and he's slowly moving up that list, and he's getting on a team that's on the up and up. So that's why I'd put J-Pal in elite. Justin, GOAT. I mean, on energy, you know. What can you say about Justin? Everyone knows. K-Dop. Putting K-Dop in solid. On land, he's best of the best. He's GOAT, one of the GOATs. Right now, I don't think there's much of an argument for anything solid or anything above elite or above, I should say. But anyways, you guys know the drill. K-Dot, boom. Lion Blaze is solid on a really good team. We don't really know his potential because we've never seen him really compete at the highest level or compete with other players. Maybe a new team, I don't really know. But Lion Blaze is very, very solid. Monkey Moon. Best player in EU on the best team. Man's really, really good. All the accolades. He's obviously in question for best player in the world, so he's got to be up there. Magic Bear, definitely solid. I need Magic Bear to show me more, especially with Alpine. They had that rough patch, they had so much potential. It was unreal if they could tap into it. The main thing here is potential for a lot of these young guns, right? But, yeah, Magic Bear, really, really good. But I just need better results, more consistency. Marked by 8, game changer. Same reason as BDS, on the best team in EU, untouchable. Plays his role perfectly. He's so good at it. But he's just not, I just can't put him in the best of the best. Memory is an elite. And I will say this. If Memory's playing well, KCP is at their best when he is the one playing well. Beast Mode could be popping off, but when Memory's playing well, that team is a lot tougher to beat than whenever the others are playing well. So Memory might be the most important player on that team, in my opinion. But because of that, I'm going to put Memory at elite. Mist, best of the best. The kid's defense, best in the world. I don't even think that's a question from anyone else, just on an individual status. And then he's just super smart, plays under pressure insanely well, knows how to win. Him and Atomic, the duo, him and Turbo, they got the passing. He's got everything. He's just super solid. Untouchable on defense, honestly. And his mechanics, his offense is really much above average. Nolly, elite. Team's on the come up. He seems to be playing really well individually. He's got a bright future if he can keep it up. And his team as well, probably getting the game changers. But right now, they're just slowly starting to do well. Percy is very, very, very good. But his results, and their results are too poor for me to put him anywhere above that. Just because, like, they're all so good individually. Or can be, but it's just not there. And I had faith in them to put it together. But hopefully they'll learn. And, good luck in the future. I don't know what just happened. But anyways, Rapid KCP. I'm putting Rapid in solid. And this might be really... Actually, I'm going to put Rapid in elite. But the reason why I almost thought about putting him in solid is because the way Rapid plays a first killer style where he gets the ball a lot. And I feel like for someone who has that style and the way he plays on that team, he's really, really good, and he has his pop-off moments, and he's just always usually solid. But for the way he plays, I think he could be doing a lot more and honestly be a lot more effective in his games. But anyways, Reddles, I'm going to put Reddles in SSG. He's not GOAT, but the kid's always super high consistency, like never usually slumping, on a really good team that's been winning, especially recently. But again, we saw recently kind of was quote unquote peaking in that regional they won. But like that's why he's a game changer, because like he's peaking and they won. So if he could do that consistently, he'd obviously best of the best. But everyone knows super solid. Shock. I'm going to put Shock in solid. Shock's always super, super consistent play against. And the one thing is, you always know we're going to get out of him. Now, I need to, like when there's grid and then there's RLCS, they're two completely different teams. And I just need to see, they're in an unfortunate situation because they're playing with their coach. But this is where I'd probably like to see, like, Shock or TKRL, like, starting to take over and, like, starting to try and show out. And just, like, it's tough, but they need to start showing out more, in my opinion. Squishy, I'll put Squishy in Game Changers because, again, he's on one of the best team at NA, technically, I think, by points. But, yeah, everyone knows how solid he is. Definitely taking more of a lesser role on his team, but I think that's probably what they need. But definitely still has that pop-off potential. Don't really see it as much. I think it's just, maybe it's his role. I don't know, but definitely a game changer. Sipical, I'd probably put Sipical in best of the best. Still, just because his team is still really high, and he's most likely the best player on that team. But again, Sipical kind of, people figured out how to play him, right? He popped off in the beginning, and people slowly figured it out, but he's still really, really good, and he still figures out ways to win and do the things he does, so that's why he's best of the best. But definitely had a little bit of a rough patch in the middle, but I think he's figured out. Toroko's elite. Toroko just got picked up, and I'm not going to lie, I wasn't the biggest Toroko fan. Toroko, sorry if I'm saying it wrong. But ever since he joined Rogue, I've actually been a really big fan. His defense is incredibly good. His shooting's really good. He plays his role almost perfectly. Super, super elite. Super, super solid. So that's why he's there. TKRL again, probably in solid. Again with Shock. They need to show out. They need to do better. I need to see more. Though, Guild, I'm going to put him in elite. Solid. Basically same thing as Nolly. Torment. See, Torment's the same thing with Gimmick. So if I'm putting Gimmick in elite, I would put Torment there as well, just for the same reasons. They're on the up. Torment's been honestly improving a lot as of late, and it's been showing. But yeah, they just need to find that consistency in Game 5 wins. And Torment needs to keep showing out with Gimmick, and they still have that high potential. That's why they're elite. Turbo Pulsa, GOAT. Everyone knows why. 4th time, still winning. Gets kicked, still winning. It's crazy. Anyways, yeah, not much more to go in there. Turo. Top 6 team needs to be better individually, in my opinion. I'm just going to be straight up. I never see, like, I see a pop-off moment from him, like, once every 3 series. Now, I know he can do that, like, every series and have, good plays, but it just doesn't happen. I don't know if it's because the role he plays or it's just other reasons, but honestly, he's on a really good team, but I know he can do so much more. And just because of that, he's in solid. I can't put him elite. Panda, I don't think Panda's I think Panda's a very good brain, good captain, but I don't really see him doing too hot in terms of, like, individual skill as well as results. Haven't been too great, so that's why he's there. UK Sailing, again, with his team, I'm just going to put him in elite just because of the same reasons as his teammates. Mekdos, I'm going to put Mekdos in C. Ghost has kind of been disappointing because I think they're a pretty solid team. But Mekdos, he's got so much, like, potential. It's crazy. And I hope he learns to play it. But, yeah. Okay, honestly, with the rest of these players, these were players I was going to put in the too many player categories because this video is already 23 minutes long. But I'm going to wrap it up here. Let me know what you guys thought about the list in the comment section down below. I want to hear your guys' opinions. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed that, let me know if you want to see more of that kind of stuff. It was kind of fun because it wasn't just playing Rocket League ranked that usually sucks, But anyways, please leave a like and subscribe. It's free, and I know a lot of you guys don't do it because I see the analytics. But anyways, I greatly appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Ooh.